The thing about Ruined, um, I sat on a panel with Lynn in New York. We were when I had a show up at the Public Theater, and she had Ruined up at, and we were on a panel of artists talking about African American artists, African artists talking about work, and she talked about the interviews that she conducted while she was in Uganda, because I don't think that she could have gone to I don't think she could have gone to Congo because it was too dangerous, but she was in Uganda where there are large parts of the northern population that are participating in the war in the Congo, and she was talking about the women that she'd interviewed, and right in the middle of her comment, she got really choked up, and she needed a second to just bring herself back. And these interviews happened years ago. She conducted these interviews years ago. She'd written the play. The play was finished and running, and yet the memory of these women were so powerful that they still managed to stop her in the middle of this talkback. And when I think about the play, I think about those women in those interviews and the vibrancy that she captured the women in the play. And so for me, the thing that I'm really excited about is conveying that life force that these women, how they've been through unbelievable circumstances, but they are still so full of life and so determined to forge a future life. And so that's the thing that's most exciting, is that so that people see it and they feel a little bit more connected to what's happening abroad in these crisis places, and they feel a little bit more connected to these women, because in the scheme of sort of international politics, women in war in third world countries are the most vulnerable and sort of the most tossed away. And so that's what I find really exciting about this play, is an opportunity to connect. That's something that, because the women are so different, they're not that kind of just a whole group of women that are all victims and they're all the same, which sometimes one can think about when you think about victims of war in the third world or in developing nations. They're so different that one can sit in the audience and look at these women whose lives are completely separate and different from ours and go, which one of these women would I be? How would I respond because they, like us, deal with crisis in every different kind of way. And another aspect of the play that I enjoy is, because the women are young, there's bickering, there's lots of joking around, in the midst of all this trauma, there's still young girls and women who want to find those moments of joy and want to find those moments of connection and backstabbing. And, at the end of the day, the 18-year-olds in America's Next Top Model and the 18-year-olds in Ruined, they're all 18-year-old girls stuck together, whether they like each other or not. And so some of that drama plays out in a really enjoyable way.